Okay. There we go. Hi! Hello, fans and friends of Weird Al Yankovic, and welcome back to your favorite place on the internet, Yankochick News Network, your one-stop shop for all things Yankovic. I'm trying out a new intro. What do you think? Guess what? YNN is back! What? You may have noticed that the channel hasn't really been posting a lot of videos recently, and that's because of an accidental hiatus I took without telling anyone. Oops. So basically what happened is that I've been focusing on school. I've been fast-tracking my way to an associate's degree since last summer, so summer, fall, spring, summer were my 4 semesters. And I just finished my last one, so that means I'm graduating soon. Yay! Yay! But wait a second. YNN was posting videos just fine since February, and as everyone knows, school happens in February. So what happened? Essentially, I realized I couldn't put my best work into both my schoolwork and the channel at the same time. So I decided to take a break for a while because it became both about catching up on schoolwork and then come Thursdays, oh no, I gotta make a video for YNN. What's it gonna be? What do I do? I gotta find the shortest, easiest, best video possible so I could just put something out there and not worry about it again until next Thursday. But you know what? That's not fair to you guys. I realized it wasn't fair to you guys because I wasn't putting my best work into the videos for the footage that you guys sent me, and that's not right. I want to be able to make them properly because that's what the channel's all about. With this video marking the return of YNN, it means that I will be able to focus on making videos again in the right order. Hence why this video is from Dave from the end of March. So now that I've graduated, technically I haven't got my diploma yet, but whatever. The channel is back. Pay no attention to that I signed up for a few classes for the fall semester. It's fine, they won't get in the way. And actually my fall semester is supposed to start on the 27th of this month. So that's August 27th for those of you playing along at home. But as everyone knows, the 27th of each month is a holiday, so I don't think I'm gonna be going back to school until at least the 28th, maybe the 29th, I don't know. I mean, I've already graduated, so... Oh, what's that doing there? All this to say, it is very fitting that the comeback of YNN has come back with this specific video here of Dave's review from March 26th because it's a long one if you haven't already looked at the time on the video. It's the Yankochick News Network Power Hour! So, everyone knows YNN has never left. It has always been here. Don't call it a comeback. It's been here for years. It will continue to produce videos weekly for the foreseeable future, as long as nothing terrible happens. Please enjoy the continuation of YNN with Dave's review for March 26th. Thank you!
Hello, this is Elvis Rossi. We're here in Lexington, Kentucky. Kentucky, I found out on the drive over, is the birthplace of Abraham Lincoln. Emo Phillips thinks otherwise. I don't want to spoil his joke, but I did fact check that, and I think Emo is lying to us. Let's put it this way. Right there. Born in Ogdenville, Kentucky. Gotta trust Wikipedia. So we're here. This is show number 12 for us on the tour. This is the last of our first set of shows. I think I'm 171 overall. This town so far has been pretty amazing. Weird Al related. I think we've heard at least 5 different songs that Al either parodied or used in a polka on the way over here, and we even heard like an alternate Paul Anka version of Eye of the Tiger in the restaurant we were eating in. So I mean, they're really getting excited for Weird Al here. We ate at a restaurant called Malone's, great steakhouse. They had all these signatures up on the wall. Tracy Morgan ate there, and they had a quote from Leslie Nielsen in the bathroom. So you know, good. This town must love their comedy. I'm just going with the flow on these. Maybe we'll have some interviews later. Maybe I'll see if I can try to track down JW in between his his duties and see if I can get a quick follow-up interview with him. Otherwise, we're just going to see what happens, and looking forward to this concert, looking to see what he does differently, and I'm really going to miss it at the end of this. Unfortunately, 2 days from now, I'm back to work. I don't remember what that's like, but I'm sure I'll be fine. Dave Elvis Rossi for YNN. We'll have a little bit more later. Back to you, Alicia.
Back to me. Okay. Well, let's take a moment to look at this fancy new setup that I put together. Wow, we got Horse Friend with a little hat, a little special made hat for Horse Friend especially. It's got this little logo on it. It's Horse Friend's favorite logo. We have Accordion Friend here, being held up by some card friends. Here's a bobblehead friend. A little thing here. Wow! A ticket, some books, some DVDs, some comic books. My VIP pass, in case anyone was doubtful. Nifty postcard friend. And my fat friend. So that's the new setup for now. Back to you, Dave.
Make some noise for Dylan Huntley, everybody, please. You got good yesterday. Make some noise for Brooke Young. Here she is. Oh my gosh, the apple of our eye. You young lady. Hillary Fisco. And Nancy Kerrigan right here. Oh my gosh. And what we're going to do is a little bit of we're going to do a little bit of a dance solo. We're going to start with this guy right here. On the count of 3, just the people who are going to, I'm going to point at you and then you unfreeze. And then I point to the next person, you freeze. You understand? Ready, go! Clap, 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 clap. And now her. Go to the center stage, yeah. Yeah, very good. And just her. Yeah. So just Dave. Oh, yeah. All right, very good. And what's over there? Freeze. All right, freeze the music there, Denny. Okay, so let's give it a round of applause to all 3 characters right here. Stay frozen, stay frozen. So we can only choose one person for the most coveted prize that we have in the world. So please, guys, only cheer for the one that you would like to win. And this Nancy Kerrigan over here, what do we think? I think we have a winner. There she is, Mrs. Vanna White. Here for the songs. Are we guys all dressed up? Our co-host for Jeopardy tonight. He is the bearded wonder that came from under the bridge downtown. I'm making up the words as I go. Make some noise for Vanna White, everybody! And everybody say, you guys see what you get with Marty. You get off stage. And Vanna, come over here. Close right. Oh, Vanna, over here. Yeah, let's get that. There she goes. The apple of my eye. Wave to the crowd, but everybody say, ooh. Say, ah.
Okay, so it's like...
As we need help selecting 3 Jeopardy contestants! So, Vanna, as fast as you can, what we need for you to do is to go run as fast as you can to the lobby right over there and grab the golden ballot box. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. All right, here we go. Everybody go, Vanna White! Vanna White! You are going to hold that golden ballot box high above your head. You will lift it up up and proclaim it to the Opera House, and you will say, I am Vanna White, and I have the Jeopardy ballots! Do you understand? Everybody cheer one more time.
That's my boy.
Over the categories of Jeopardy, guys. Numerology, word crimes, wanna be your lover, lame claim to fame, close and personal friends of Al, and of course, the dreaded potpourri featuring potpourri for 100. Now guys, if you guys get up here and you absolutely freeze and you do not know the answers at some point, it is okay for you to say, buzz in and say, JW, I would like to select a tribute, and you can select any person that you would like in the room who will be smarter than you, and I think we have a special message.
I am Vanna White, and I have the ballot box.
Please rise for the precision of the ballots. Here we go, guys. Show some respect. Oh my gosh, here we go, and here they come. Here come the ballots, those Jeopardy ballots. Here come the ballots, they're brought by Vanna White. And you can't see her. Who knows what she's doing to those ballots at this time? The beautiful ballots brought by the beautiful and gorgeous Vanna White. Everybody make some noise for Vanna White, please. The co-host with the most. Now, Vanna, Vanna Banana, please set these down. Very good. Now, did you tamper or mess with these ballots in any way?
Absolutely.
He says shenanigans have been called, and he's done it. I am removing the ballot poll! Ah! All right.
Sorry, had to move
Now,
my
Vanna,
crap.
do you have
Kick me
a
out of
cat?
my seat.
I have 3. She has 3 cats! That's amazing. Well, that's good, because today, you are my little cat. Yeah, what do you say? Meow! Alright, what I need you to do is you're going to slowly start playing with this like a cat. And you can meow all you want. And as he slowly starts mixing these up, you guys are slowly going to kind of start... No, hold on. Alright, we are slowly going to start clapping and making noise. In a sense, you go. Clap, clap, clap.
Cat! Cat! Meow! Meow! We're gonna do it one more time. Here we go. Meow! Oh no! Meow, meow, meow! Meow! Let's do it! Stand up and shake it around! Shake it around! Yes! And ladies and gentlemen, it's the one and only Vanna White! I think it's time to select the Jeopardy contestant!
What I need for you to do is pull out 3 winners right here. Here we go. Not the winners! Pick one at a time and we'll go. Contestant number 1, you guys will say, contestant number 1, here we go. Contestant number 1.
Contestant number 1.
An assistant manager from Moorhead, Kentucky. Make some noise for Steve Rittenhouse.
Woo!
Contestant number 2.
Contestant number 2.
A former Jeopardy champion from Bloomfield, New Jersey. Make some noise.
Hi, this is Dave Elvis Rossi. We're inside Lexington Opera House. I'm here with Sam.
Hi!
So Sam is a member of the forum, and her name is Crazy Girl 14, G-U-R-L.
I made it when I was 14.
Wow.
I'm now 28, so.
Wow, so you've been on the forum half of your life?
Yes, pretty much.
It's amazing. All right, so I'm going to ask you, this is the segment I call 3-question interview. I'm going to ask you some questions. So my first question is, you're here to see Al on a tour about all originals. What is your favorite Weird Al original song?
Midnight Star?
Okay, well,
I don't know, it's just always the one that I put like repeat when I hear it, so I just repeat it over and over. It's one of my favorites, and Albuquerque's another one. No way to remember my actual favorite original. It's biggest of all time.
question number 2. Have you ever been to this theater before? And what do you think of this, just in general, of this theater?
I have never been here, but I really like it. Next time if I ever come back, I want those little like seats on the wall kind of thing, like classy, just like watch them all fancy. But I've never been here, but I really like it.
Question number 3 is, I'd like to just kind of get your thoughts about what are kind of your favorite things to do, Weird Al related, obviously besides coming to concerts and things like that. Have you ever been to other Weird Al concerts? Have you do you do other Weird Al stuff like
my favorite album right there?
Love the fans. So what are some of your favorite Weird Al related things to kind of do?
Figure out if he's ever going to be near me, and I always go wherever he is. Like I travel an hour and a half here. Even if he's not near me, I go to him. I went to one of his book tours and I got there like 8 a.m. I got the first book tickets and everything.
Wow.
And I pretty much have everything, so I just go whenever I can and watch everything.
That's so cool. And this is a follow-up question, even though this is question number 3A. So, what was that? One of his children's books?
Yes,
yeah.
I believe.
Was that his actual Weird Al book?
No, that was one of the children's books. I think it was the second one. I'm not exactly sure.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. So you met Al before then, and all that.
It was very fast because it was packed wall to wall. People, I'll post a picture of it. Like he took it off and posted it on
Thank you.
or whatever. But it was wall to wall people.
Weird Al fan. Wanted to stay with my father, so.
Okay. Thank you.
I love it. All right, so and you're going to be hanging out by the bus afterwards.
Definitely.
Out there. All right, good. Well, good luck. I hope you get to meet him. I think you got a good chance. The bus is right outside. You got a short trip to Louisville tomorrow. So.
I'm going to Cincinnati. Then he has a short trip.
Well, he's got a short trip to Louisville tomorrow. So and you're of course going back to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining us, Sam.
Thanks for having me.
All right, and we're gonna have more fun today. People are already coming up and saying hi. So this is Dave Elvis Rossi for YNN. Thanks for tuning in.
I have a couple of friends.
Hello, this is Dave Elvis Rossi at the Lexington Opera House. We just got out of the after show, the concert and everything. This is our last of 12 of 12 until we reach May. Very excited for today's show. There was a lot going on. There was a great encore, which I'll get to, and just another great show. We had wonderful seats in the balcony, which we could oversee the whole stage. Everything is just a really good show overall. Hard to see my notes in this darkness here. Let's see. Oh, okay. So we got here. We went straight to Malone's Steakhouse. Excellent steak. If you're into steaks, they have a whole bunch of cool autographs on the wall from celebrities who've eaten there. And no, of course, Al has not eaten there. But I didn't look at every celebrity, so maybe he did. Let's see. We parked right around the corner by the bus. We're going to walk over there and see if anybody's hanging out by the bus over there in a little bit. Let's see what else was going on. Oh, so we got here. I went in. I got to talk to Jason McDonald and Carrie, his wife. We talked to them for a little while, and then Jeopardy started. And to my surprise, I got called up on stage to audition for Vanna, and this time I actually won the role of Vanna. Just had a lot of fun with it. I think there's some video of that.
There's video of that.
But not during the actual show, because the surprise, Jackie was legitimately picked to be a contestant on the show. So my camera person had to participate in Jeopardy today. I had a lot of fun doing that, though. I just love doing things like that. I don't think I messed up any of the turning of the board or anything like that. So I think I might get. I would do it again if they would have me do it again. Overall,
JW's mic died halfway through the show.
Yeah, right. so halfway through, JW, his microphone just died on him straight out. He went on, he trooped on. They got him a replacement microphone. Eventually, got that working for him. I really couldn't hear all that well up on the stage. So I'm not sure what all the questions were that were asked, but for the most part, I think the contestants were pretty good answering the questions. It was, it wasn't like a hardcore competitive competition, but it was fair. Well, so I guess there was one question about a 747, which Jackie got incorrect. She thought the answer was Albuquerque when it's actually one of those days.
Thanks.
But I think she ended up losing all her points on that question, and that ended up taking her out of the running for a two-time champion.
I think JW just wanted to take my points away.
Yeah, the rules are a little
flexible.
A little flexible in Jeopardy, and they kind of change from show to show. So you never know. But Jackie did not end up as a complete loser. Ended up in second place.
Yeah, which arguably is the worst place to be in Jeopardy.
Which I guess if you can't win, you want to be the complete loser. But the other two contestants looked like they had a lot of fun. I talked to a couple people after the show in the VIP area who said they had a lot of fun, and they were praised my role as Vanna. So nice to get some positive feedback. We're hanging out in the lobby area and talking to a couple of the people who work here. I don't remember his name right now.
Isaac,
yes. Isaac, who was filling us in on a lot of the local culture around here, and just letting us know things like that. There's a thriller parade that just goes down the middle of the street, around Halloween and things like that, and just kind of filling us in on a lot of local stuff, which was pretty cool. They're all volunteers that work at this theater, so I mean they did a wonderful job making sure everyone felt comfortable and felt welcome. I finally got to meet Crazy Girl 14, who's now Crazy Girl 28. No, she's still Crazy Girl 14 on the forum. That's it. And we had seats up at, like I said, we had seats up in the balcony. I did get to meet Jeremy's cousin and Jeremy, who were sitting in the row in front of us. But our seats up there were absolutely amazing. They were dead center. They were the second row back. But I mean, you could the person who was below you. You could easily see over their head.
Yeah.
So it was just sitting in the front row of the balcony. It was really pretty cool. You could see the entire stage. The lighting was cool. Go to the actual concert. He started out with Jackson Park Express, and then another song which I love hearing, Nature Trail to Hell, which just looks amazing. Red lights and the smoke and everything just looks amazing, and you could actually see Bermuda screaming ah! So he doesn't quack, but he does scream. When I Was Your Age, Don't Download This Song. Then he made a call back to one of the Apollo shows and said he's dedicating the next song to Dave Grohl, who must be out in the audience somewhere. I think other than the band and crew, 3 people in the theater got that joke. But I laughed pretty hard at it, actually. And My Own Eyes, obviously. Then he called attention to Ruben and said, "Oh, it is Ruben's birthday today." I mean, actually in 9 months. I hear people screaming, so I think Al has come out to the bus. And then Ruben, so he sent it to Ruben to do the introduction to Why Does This Always Happen to Me, and he started actually playing Happy Birthday for a couple notes.
Happy Birthday to me.
Happy Birthday to me, and then he didn't actually sing, but just the music for it. And then he went into. So it was like, for a minute, like Al's face was like, uh-oh. That was his plan. When they did Dare to Be Stupid today, they actually called it a Devo song. And did not make a reference to Grateful Dead. They just said this is a style parody of Devo. Then he called out to his lighting person, whose actual birthday it was today, Peaches. So happy birthday, Peaches. And he said that he wrote this song specifically for birthdays. And he kind of tricked me, and I was like, "Oh, cool! We're gonna hear Happy Birthday." No, it was Dog Eat Dog. So Dog Eat Dog is his birthday song now. So try to keep that straight.
At least if you're Peaches.
At least for Peaches. I'll sue you. And then him and Steve went back and forth a little bit with some snappy banter as he called it, right before Velvet Elvis. Let Me Be Your Hog, Midnight Star, Generic Blues. Then he went a little bit into describing what the next song was for. It was for somebody named Eddie Vedder. For the younger kids who might not know, he was in a band called Pearl Jam. And then he was like, and for the younger kids who might not know, Pearl Jam, it was a band in the 90s. I know who Eddie Vedder is. I don't know if the kids actually do know who Eddie Vedder is at this point. But
the kids need more culture if they don't.
I would hope the kids are at least exposed to Pearl Jam at some point in their life. The next song was, he says it's one of his grossest songs that he's written, but he does it. I guess he likes to perform it, and he does it just to prove that he'll do anything on this tour. Party at the Leper Colony. The next song, he had a little story about Prince and how he'd always joke about Prince because it was a good thing to do, easy to do. And then he had a little story about how Prince was always. Prince was originally supposed to be.
Let's Go Crazy was supposed to be the parody for UHF.
Parodied in
Where's the bus?
in UHF, and there is the tour bus actually blowing away. I don't know.
Hi.
I don't know if that's the crew or the band bus, but that's one of them blowing away.
All right.
So probably the band bus, because I would think that it looked like the crew was still tearing down while we were in there. But I don't know. And then the song was, of course, was the style parody of Prince, was Traffic Jam, which was absolutely amazing. My favorite song of the night. I have not heard that one too often on this tour.
I think it's only the second time we've heard it.
I believe it is only the second time we heard it. So it's one of those rare ones that they only do maybe. I'm making these numbers up so no one fact check me. Like 10% of the time. He called for a bass solo. Sam's joining us again. Called a bass solo for Peter Gunn. I'm sorry, bass solo, and Steve did the beginning of Peter Gunn for that. Then he went into his 30-minute bongo solo and Good Old Days. He called Bermuda for a drum solo, and Bermuda did like a real light tap on the drums and kind of stood up and got that was his drum solo.
Can I interject something?
Sure.
Good Old Days, he said, was not autobiographical. The girl's name wasn't Michelle.
Oh, right. So
He changed it for legal reasons.
Yeah, for legal reasons, he changed the name of Michelle, or changed the name to Michelle from something else. The crowd loved the medley tonight. They were clapping along to Eat It. They were screaming out for Amish Paradise and Smells Like Nirvana. They loved it all, White and Nerdy. He came out after the encore, got a standing ovation, came out after the encore, and he's like, all right, I want to hear everybody at once to scream out what your request is going to be. And they were like, okay, I think overwhelmingly we'll do this song. And I knew at some point he was going to do this song, and I'm thrilled that I was here to hear it live. He did Freebird. He did not do the whole Freebird, but he did do Freebird. He did, I think, the first verse and the chorus up until...
He did not do the guitar solo.
Not including the guitar solo. And then it kind of like didn't even stop the song and went right into Yoda, and I was like, oh my god. At first it threw me off because I was expecting the Saga Begins. So we had another like rare appearance where we get Yoda on this tour. It was like amazing. Just that was my easily my favorite encore of the tour. I mean, by far, so that I've seen so far. Then we were brought into the after show. The after show with the pass holders. We have a green pass, However, I wasn't quite sure what happened because we ended up sitting with the yellow pass people, who are usually go first, or this time they were kind of sent last. So
well, half of them were sent last. The other half didn't do what they wanted to do.
I think they just were kind of just making the security guy who was running the after show, not JW, but this actual security guy who works for the theater, was just calling people up at random, I think.
Yeah.
So there were actually Jim was back there with. Jim was standing out with some of his guests, and he was just like, well, this isn't how it works. So he just brought his guests up to the front of the line, and then Bermuda was kind of like, well, was there too, and he kind of at some point got tired of waiting too, and he brought his guests up to the front of the line. Bermuda did make a comment, which is pretty cool, which is I never knew before, and I don't think, and I don't know because it's not actually credited on the album. But how Bermuda does the in Nature Trail to Hell, that's actually on the album. That is Jay Levy doing those screams. So that's news to me, and I definitely know he's not credited on the album. So I don't know if that was by choice or just
just how it is.
But Jay kind of just doesn't. He's pretty humble, I don't think he would have asked for credit on that anyway. But that's pretty cool. That's like, hey, I learned something every day. That's something I learned today. Because of the way that we were sitting in the theater, and where we were sitting, we actually were like next to last people to go. One more comment. Also, where we were sitting, we could kind of see and hear a little bit of what some of the other guests were talking to Al about. And at one point, I hear Al go, "Oh, I got to take a picture of that." So I turn around, and there's this guy standing there with his shirt up. And I'm going, okay. And I can't see what's going on, but the impression is that this guy has a tattoo somewhere on his back. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. So then he turns around. Starts to put his shirt back down. Everyone's like, now everyone who's left in the theater sees it, and this is just a full back piece of the white and nerdy. It says white and nerdy and red across the top, and it's got the white Alan is white suit from the Straight Outta Linwood cover on there, and it is a full back piece. It's actually pretty amazing. I don't know that he lifted up his shirt for everyone to see, but only for a couple seconds. I took a couple pictures. One came out a little bit blurry, and one of them has a little bit of obstruction in it. But I mean, I'm pretty sure that at some point Al will probably tweet or post this on his Facebook or somewhere, because it was really
impressive.
It was like this guy dedicated his entire back to Al. So I did not catch the guy's name or anything like that. If you're out there, feel free to, if you ever see me, come up and introduce yourself, or if you're watching this, tag yourself or something so we know who you are. So it's this is the second time we've actually walked outside after a concert and it's raining. Fortunately, it's not raining very hard, and as you can see, it's not freezing cold because I'm in a short sleeve shirt. It's like 58 degrees out here. This is the last of the last of the shows that we're seeing now, and I do want to give a shout out to Melissa on the crew, and JW and Marnie, who runs the merchandise in there, for making me, making us feel really welcome. They don't have to do this, and they always make us feel welcome, and they always do a great job. And of course, to Ruben, Steve, Jim, Bermuda, and Al, who always put on an amazing show, always give 100%. We got to talk to Al briefly. I told him we'll see him in May. I got a cute picture with Al.
We both got cute pictures.
And Jackie got a very cute picture. We got very cute pictures with Al. Don't have a long drive tonight. We're actually like 15 minutes away. But tomorrow we do have a long drive ahead of us, like something like 12 hours. We're actually probably going to stop actually at the Flight 93 Memorial as it's on the way home, since I haven't had a chance to see that yet. I got to go back to work on Wednesday. We got to get our life back together. We've kind of been been on the road for like 3 weeks.
You gotta buy groceries.
You gotta buy groceries.
Do
You
laundry.
gotta do everything that you gotta do. Laundry, you know, all those things you gotta do when you get home after a 3-week trip. Today's the 26th. Tomorrow will be the 27th. That will be the 1-month anniversary of the actual tour. So we've been kind of tour chasing with, except for the week we were in Las Vegas, for like an entire month at this point. It's a long ride home. I may try to do a recap of things just on the ride home, then I will be back out in May, and we'll pick right up where we left off. In the meantime, please continue to use. Anybody can do it. I've just been doing it out of convenience, but anybody can do it. Please continue to use the hashtag Vanity Tour. Anytime you go to a concert, post anything Al related for this tour. If you're going to the concerts and you want to live tweet them, please do. There are people on the forum that collect you don't have to worry about updating anything. There's people on the forum, especially shout out to Johnny and Muppet Boy, who I know have been doing a lot of that for us. Just compiling everything and posting it on there and getting it all set up. Also, I know a couple of people have done this. Especially shout out to Mason for doing it, and a big shout out for Alicia for compiling everything. You know, just shoot some video, shoot it on your phone. It doesn't have to be as you don't need microphones. Even though they are pretty cool. You don't need microphones. You just take your phone and go, hey, all right, and just shoot your thoughts after the concert, before the concert. Send it to Alicia. She does all the work, and you'll be famous like me. All right, so again, let me just take this and say big thank you to Jackie for being my camera person. And if we do get a break in the driving, I'm going to have her give her a review or summation of the first month out on the tour as well. Okay. We'll probably trade off at some point driving. All right, so with that, I don't know if this is going to work, but let's see if we can do this. This is Dave Elvis Rocky. No, not Dave Elvis Rocky. I don't know who I am anymore. Yeah. This is Dave Elvis Rossi and Jackie Rossi signing off for YNN. For now, see you in May. Bye.
Yeah.
And there goes all the equipment. Goodbye. Bye. See you in May. Hey, look. We're the last people to leave.
That's so weird.
That never happens.
Hey everybody, it's Jackie Rossi here. I'm doing kind of my stint in front of the camera because your usual roving reporter has taken on the role of driving today, or at least part of the role. We got a long haul ahead of us. It's like a 12-hour ride back to Jersey. We're taking a little pit stop. 6.5 hours in. But anyway, right now we are heading east, leaving thoroughbred country behind us, and heading back home because we gotta work tomorrow, and that kind of blows, but it's what pays the bills and lets us do this. So we thought that today, being that we started touring exactly a month ago today, might be a good day to kind of do sort of a little recap about shows and traveling and all other nonsense. I'm actually going to have Dave ask me three questions off camera because I am a little tired. My brain's not firing on all its cylinders. So with that, a lot of golf carts. With that, Dave, take it away.
Okay, so Jackie, we've been out on the road for a month, and for the most part, following out, we've seen 12 different shows. So I would like to know kind of what are some of the highlights that you felt, from the different concerts. Kind of go through and just kind of think about each concert that we've been to, and just kind of throw out a few highlights, the things that you remember, and things that you enjoyed that actually happened at the concerts before, including meeting the fans before and after as well, other fans before and after as well, but also focusing on the actual concerts,
touring part.
The actual concert and touring part itself.
Okay, so I wanted to say overall, I've enjoyed this whole tour. than I thought I would. I've always liked hearing the originals on the road, and kind of as the longer Al's career goes on, kind of the more parodies he has to stick in there. I mean, you've gotten to the point with the show, you almost know what the show's going to be before he puts the set list out, even when he tries to shake it up, because they're going to want to hear Fat, they're going to want to hear Smells Like Nirvana, and all those other songs that most people know and really love. But as we all know as fans, half the stuff is original, and a lot of those are really fun, and I've really been happy to hear some of these songs played that either he hasn't done before or I didn't get the chance to hear when he was doing them. The specific songs that kind of stand out to me would be, Mr. Frump and the Iron Lung. I'm very happy to hear that. It's a totally stripped down little song. I'm very happy to hear Nature Trail to Hell. In 3D was my first Weird Al album, and I listened to that probably non-stop when I was in high school, and that was a brand new thing. So hearing any of the originals off of that, Buy Me a Condo, Mr. Corpeel, Midnight Star, all that has been really great. I really like how loose and comfortable the band has gotten on stage, going from Poughkeepsie to last night. Like we said, in Poughkeepsie, they muffed up a couple of things, and looked a little uncomfortable that they had muffed up a couple of things, and now you can kind of see that they're jerking each other's chains on stage, and that's been very fun. Very much like the Dave Grohl story. I like that it was referenced last night, and like 3 people were gonna get it in the audience. I love the different covers every night. Some of those have been really, really fantastic. In particular, I really liked Smoke on the Water. I was very happy to hear Freebird last night. The outside of the concert part, the pre-show game show has been really fun. I've been lucky enough to actually been called up on stage twice to play, so that was great. It's been fun watching it, even when like the Vanna White people are taking their shirts off. Post-show stuff's been fun. It's it's really tiring being up till 2 in the morning several nights in a row, but generally it's like we're having so much fun we don't realize it's 2 o'clock in the morning until we get home and go, oh. Like staying at my friend Kelly and Fran's house. That house is super cool, and I'm glad we got to spend some time there. I'm really gonna miss this over the next month, but I'm happy we're gonna be going out again first week of May, and then at least having a little taste back again. That's my answer.
Okay, well.
I have 1 month of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, well, that's good, because that covered pretty much the other questions I was going to ask you, but which is good. But now that means I got to come up with 2 more questions.
I don't know what we're having for dinner tonight.
But I guess so I want you to talk a little bit about, if you could, the actual experience. I know a lot of people who watch this, and a lot of Al fans get to go to like 1 concert at a time, and get to maybe go to 2 concerts, or maybe like 1 concert now and maybe 1 later.
Yep.
Which is perfectly acceptable as a Weird Al fan, even if you're not going to any concerts at all. Mm-hmm. Everyone shows their fandom in their own different way. But as someone who's out on the road touring, I just would like you to kind of give a perspective of just kind of what it means just to follow the band for like 3 weeks at a time, or 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks at a time, and just kind of give people who don't have this experience, kind of just the experience of just what it's like being out on the road for this amount of time.
Well, that's an interesting question to try to answer. Because, alright, so in 1999, I went to my first Weird Al show. I did not realize prior to that he toured. I don't think I would have had a chance to see him anyway, just based on what I was doing and what he was doing before 1999. But I was like, oh, I gotta go see him once. So I went and saw him once, and I was completely hooked at that point. I was like, I gotta go do this again. So I, originally thought this was gonna be like I'd do it once in a while, and then my life circumstances changed, and I ended up going to like 22 shows on Running with Scissors, and that's been my life. This tour in particular is a little bit different being on the road than past tours, because the past tours, it's been the exact same show each time, and if things have changed up a little, it's been super duper subtle, or it's been just whatever interactions we've had from the stage. It is pretty cool, kind of, you go to enough of these and people start to recognize you, and say hi, and seem genuinely happy to see you. And so that's kind of a little additional thing that is really pretty cool. This tour in particular, though, it has been super fun, not really knowing what is going to happen night to night. Don't necessarily know what songs are going to be played. For a while, we didn't know what songs were going to be played at all. I think we've heard all of the songs they had practiced at this point. But, we don't know what's coming out. Actually, that's not entirely true. I know what he's going to do, Dog Eat Dog, because that light's on the stage, and it's not there when he's not doing it. It's really cool not knowing what he's going to do, what order it's going to happen in. The 2 nights at the Apollo, which that was a gorgeous theater. I'm so happy to have finally gotten there and sat in that theater itself, just because of the history behind it. But those 2 shows, I don't think could have been more different. And it's been fun because you kind of have this back catalog of, your baseline knowledge is of what the show is going to be or what to expect from it. And this has been really cool because it's been unpredictable and, unexpected. I don't really know. It's a little hard for me to say, well, this is kind of how it is for somebody who's only been to 1 or 2 shows. I don't really. I guess I had a period where I was like super into Billy Joel, and I think I saw him 5 times over the course of maybe 7 or 8 years. It's not really the same thing. Billy Joel has no idea I was in the audience at any time. Whereas, Al and the band kind of remember their fans, and when they see them night after night, and they make an effort to kind of take note of that. And that kind of experience is part of what kind of keeps me coming back to this. Don't know if that's totally the answer you're kind of looking for.
Yeah, I think that gives people just kind of a different perspective. That you're out there, that you're out there, and kind of like why you're out there at each show every night. And kind of what just a little bit kind of what goes on. Process it.
Yeah, I've actually, and I totally forgot about this, but I've actually super enjoyed taking. I don't have making as many pictures at these shows as I have in the past, because these shows have been like a lot more engaging to kind of listen to and be into the show part. But I've also really enjoyed kind of developing photography skills and taking pictures and having those used in stuff too. So I totally forgot about that part, but that's been a fun part of it for me as well.
So question number 3, I would like you've had the experience of playing Weird Al Jeopardy twice. For the fans, not everyone, even if you have the VIP ticket, gets to actually be on stage. Everyone gets to participate in Jeopardy. As a fan, there's a whole bunch of audience interaction. But just kind of, I wanted you to give me your perspective of what it's been like to actually be up on stage. Is there any pressure to make sure you get these answers correct? Is there anything that that you just kind of want to, if somebody gets chosen, you just kind of want to say, hey, look out for this, or is there any kind of just your experience of being a contestant on Weird Al Jeopardy?
Okay. Well, let me start this by saying that I am a super competitive person. And if you are presenting me with some kind of little challenge or a game show or whatever, I take it super duper seriously. So some of the squishy rules from this game and how it gets scored have been a little teensy bit frustrating. But like I play Trivial Pursuit to the death. If you don't want to have a serious game of trivia against me, don't play. I also, when I was a teenager, I was in 4-H, and there was a quiz bowl game about horses called Horse Bowl, and because I didn't really own a horse, this was my thing that I did in horse was play Horse Bowl, and it's a buzzer-based competition, and I did it 6 or 7 years. Finally took my team to the national level, and we won the whole nationals. And I was the top scoring player. In fact, I had scored more points than second and third place combined. So I'm very familiar with like buzzer-based things, and if you give me a buzzer, I'm really good at kind of like as soon as I know what the answer is going to be, I can usually figure it out before the question ends, which is one of my problems with this game, that you can buzz in too early, there's a penalty. But I also found like I didn't do like special studying for this game, and probably if you know song lyrics well enough, or can make some connections, you don't necessarily have to know the thing to kind of know the answer. And my suggestion, especially for this game, because JW will give you points based on creativity and humor. If you don't know the answer, or you think you know the answer, you should just buzz in, wait till the question's entirely done, but you should just buzz in and give it a try. I will say any pressure that I felt up on stage was pressure that I solely put upon myself, because that is what I do. But I mean, it's all in fun. There's not like, there's not a whole lot on the line of the bragging rights, although bragging rights are pretty cool. And it is a lot of fun. I'm glad I got picked twice. I'm super glad that I was on stage while Dave was being Vanna White, because that was super fun. I don't know, it was a good time.
Very good. And the questions are just kind of things that the fans...
I would say actually the spread of questions is actually really pretty good. I think there are some questions that are pretty basic and pretty easy, and then there's some that, I didn't know, or I had to think about, or figured it out like way later beyond what the game would allow. So I think it's a nice mix of questions. It's not super hard, it's not super easy. So I think, unless you got dragged there by your Weird Al fan, you're probably going to do okay. You probably know more than you think you know.
So the fans, they want to put their name in.
Oh yeah, absolutely want to put your name in. It's super fun. It's really super fun too when you get contestants that you have more than one contestant that knows what they're doing, that has some knowledge, because it's fun to have it actually be a game.
Yeah, and just a little bit about the host. About the host. Yeah.
JW scrubbing Bubbles Halford.
Yes.
I think JW is really good at this stuff. He makes it very fun. I enjoy that he kind of brags on the contestants and brags on his Vanna White. I like that he yells at everybody. I think that's funny. I feel bad for his the thing he puts the contestants' cards in, because that thing's about to die. But I think he runs a game. The game is run really well. I think it's a lot of fun. He makes it a lot of fun. I think too, based on the first time we saw Jeopardy versus to what it has evolved into, I think he's kind of figured out where the places are to kind of like when to end the game, when to kind of move things on, when to try to have somebody pull up somebody else. You're allowed, if you really feel like you don't know what you're doing, you're allowed to call up a tribute out of the audience to stand in for you. I think you still get the plaque, but it has the other person's picture on it, which is hilarious. So I think JW is a lot of fun, and I think he does these the pre-show and after-show stuff really well. He really knows how to kind of run it tight without being mean or abusive, or asking if you people have homes and whatnot.
All right, so that's Jackie's 1 month tour summary, and I'll let you close it out.
All right, so I don't think I've got anything else to add. I think I've kind of jabbered on long enough. It's a long way home. Got to work tomorrow, but fortunately I don't have to work till the afternoon. Haven't been at work in a week. I think I have a relatively new job. This is their first experience tour chasing, so I'm pretty sure they didn't know what to expect, because when I got back from the Ithaca show, they were like, oh, well, how was Weird Al? I'm like, oh, you don't understand. That's not a one-time thing, guys. So they've kind of been seeing stuff on Facebook, and I'm sure I'm sure next Monday morning when I'm in and we have morning rounds, I'm sure there's going to be many questions. So I think that's all I got to say. We're going to get back to driving. We'll probably be back later this afternoon because Dave's got stuff to say too. So this is Jackie Rossi signing out for YNN.
Oh shoot, hold on, I forgot about this part. Okay. Thank you so much for tuning back into YNN. I know it's been a while, but thank you for keeping up with the channel and also sticking around until this point in the video. Hey, do you guys like these longer videos, or should I make shorter videos and split them up into parts? What do you think? Don't forget to do all the usual stuff you already know how to do, like, subscribe, share, comment, click the bell, all those good things. The channel is still on Patreon, so if you want to help support more videos being made for the channel, you can support on Patreon. More videos and other little things are coming your way soon on YNN, so stay tuned, stick around, and thanks for watching. It's good to be back.